Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the Misericordia University Spring 2017 Undergraduate Commencement. Please remain standing for the invocation, which will be offered by Amy Lahart, Dean of Students. After the invocation, please continue to stand for the national anthem, which will be led by Misericordia University students, faculty, and staff, accompanied by Assistant Professor of Fine Arts and pianist, Dr. Ryan Weber.
Good afternoon. Empowering God of grace and mercy, we invite your presence into this place today. Family, administrators, faculty, staff, community, and friends have come together to celebrate the accomplishments of the Misericordia University class of 2017. We ask for your infinite love and blessings to fall upon all those who will receive their degrees and begin new chapters of their lives. As our graduates hear their own names spoken out loud, we pray they hear your voice, calling them to be present to receive a word of purpose. Purpose to work confidently and assuredly in their chosen fields. Purpose to walk humbly, knowing they are life learners. Purpose to extend a comforting hand to those who reach for it. Purpose to spread peace to a world that is longing for it. And purpose to illustrate to others what it truly means to be a graduate of Misericordia University, a mercy institution rooted so deeply in the values of the Sisters of Mercy: mercy, service, justice, and hospitality. Amen.
Please be seated. It's now my pleasure to introduce Dr. Thomas Boatsman, President of Misericordia University.
Good afternoon. On behalf of all of us at Misericordia University, I'd like to welcome the families and friends with us today, as well as our special guests, the trustees, our esteemed faculty, the staff, and alumni, as we celebrate and recognize the class of 2017. Graduates, I offer you a piece of advice that has served me well over the years. Take some time to acknowledge the love and counsel you have received from family, friends, faculty, classmates, and other people who have supported you during your time at Misericordia University. Remember to pass along that gift of support to others as you progress through your careers and your personal lives. The Sisters of Mercy taught us the value of positive, productive relationships for the betterment of others, a distinction that is infused into the Misericordia University experience at every level. In keeping with this long-standing tradition, your class has consistently displayed the charisms of mercy, service, justice, and hospitality. We are very proud of each one of you. Thank you, and congratulations to the class of 2017. I would like to ask Dr. Debbie Smith-Molesky, Vice Chair of our Board of Trustees, to join me at the podium for the awarding of the honorary degree.
Thank you, Tom. President Boatsman, it is my pleasure to present to you Mr. Francis Campbell so that you may bestow upon him the degree of Doctor of Humane Letters. Francis Martin Campbell, you have distinguished yourself as an effective administrator and as a leader who builds and enhances positive, productive relationships between and among governments and people of the world to make improvements to the quality of life issues and the human condition. Accomplished academically, you earned a bachelor's degree in political science and scholastic philosophy from Queen's University in Belfast, a master's degree in European integration from Catholic University in Leuven, Belgium, and a master's degree in international relations from the University of Pennsylvania, where you are also a candidate for a PhD. A former member of Her Majesty's Diplomatic Service beginning in 1997, your postings included the European Union, United Nations Security Council, Ambassador to the Holy See, as well as the Foreign and Commonwealth Office. You also served on the staff of Great Britain's former Prime Minister Tony Blair, first as policy advisor in the No. 10 Policy Unit, and then as a private secretary for Foreign Affairs from 1999 to 2003. Later in your career, you worked with Amnesty International as the Senior Director of Policy. In Karachi, Pakistan, you were the Deputy High Commissioner from 2011 to 2013. Your most recent appointment was as head of the policy unit in the Foreign and Commonwealth Office and the Director of Innovation at the United Kingdom Trade and Investment. Since 2014, you have served as Vice Chancellor at St. Mary's University in Twickenham, England, just outside of London. Francis Campbell, you are a caring, motivated leader who facilitates change through diplomacy, thoughtfulness, and a vision for a better world. This is consistent with Misericordia University's mission and core values inspired by our founders, the Sisters of Mercy.
And so, by virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees of Misericordia University, I do hereby confer upon Francis Martin Campbell the honorary degree of Doctor of Humane Letters, honoris causa, with all the rights, honors, and privileges thereto appertaining.
Thomas and Debbie and the entire university community, can I thank you for the honor that you have just bestowed on me. It is undeserved and something that I am unworthy of, but your kindness and generosity here at Misericordia is beyond the realms of what one could expect or deserve. President and Mrs. Botsman, Vice Chair Debbie Maleski, Religious Sisters of Mercy, members of the clergy, members of the Board of Trustees, distinguished faculty, friends and family, and the graduating class of 2017. It is a delight to be with you this afternoon and to be invited to give this commencement address. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I was reminded over lunch that should there be any difficulty with my accent, one of the Sisters of Mercy is here. She's seated just behind the students in a pink jacket, and she is from Northern Ireland. Sister Deirdre, would you like to stand up, please? And Sister Carol, where is Sister Carol? Sister Carol, could you stand up as well? Now, Sister Deirdre is from Northern Ireland. Sister Carol is not from Northern Ireland, but they work together so much that Sister Carol can help in the translation should it need be. But ladies and gentlemen, it's great to be back in the United States. I came here as a student a little over a generation ago. And accent was also an issue then. I had never been to the United States before, although I had extensive members of my family that had been here. But when I first arrived, and I was in Philadelphia, and on my very first day, went to get something to eat, and we had Burger King in Ireland, so I recognized the label. And as I put my order in, the lady then said something to me that I'd never heard before. She said, "Here to go." And I looked at her, and I was with a Dutch friend, and he had been to high school in the United States, and his English was very good. And he said to me, "What did she say?" And I said, "I don't know." And I said, "Yes, please." And she said, "Here to go." So I thought, this must be some type of American sauce, so just say, "Yes, that's right." And then a few days later, I had come with a little note from my grandmother, who has since passed away. And she had said, "Oh, Philadelphia, my mother was born there. Why don't you look up our relatives?" So I set off, and I didn't drive a car, and I set off with this address. And I was walking along, and I had my little backpack, and I had a camera to try to take a photograph of the street where my great-grandmother was born. And suddenly a police car pulled in alongside me, and the window came down, and one of the police officers said, "What are you doing?" And as Sister Deirdre will know, although she was in more trouble with the police than I was growing up, at that stage in Northern Ireland, your relationship with the police wasn't always the best because of the political difficulties. So I said, "Officer, I am doing nothing wrong." He said, "What are you doing here?" I said, "I'm looking for my relatives." And he said, "Right. Do you have an address?" I said, "Well, sort of." And he said, "Show it to me." And he looked at it and he said, "How old is this address?" And I said, "Well, I think they were still living here in the 1920s. To which he said, "I doubt they're still here." He then said, "Get in the back of the car." I said, "But I didn't do anything wrong." He said, "My concern is not about the wrong that you will do, sir, but it's about the wrong that's about to be done to you if you continue to walk." So as you can see, ladies and gentlemen, it's always a delight to come back to the United States. Very shortly, members of the graduating class of 2017, you will walk up here to receive your degrees, in front of your friends and family members and the staff who taught and formed you here at this university. This afternoon, there are 3 themes I want to address: purpose, perseverance, and being a part of something bigger than self. Today, you will walk in the footsteps of countless thousands who went before you since the establishment of Misericordia University by the Religious Sisters of Mercy in 1924. Ladies and gentlemen, it is fitting that close to a century later, we are here today celebrating your success and achievements. And yet, those brave founding sisters could never have known what their daily effort, hardships, and toil would lead to in the world. Ladies and gentlemen, those sisters, back in the early 1920s, decided to set out and to build something. They didn't have the certainty of how things would work out, and possibly at times didn't have the resources or support required, but they knew that they had to answer a call to do something for the benefit of young people and this community. In the end, their hard work created something great: Misericordia University. The brave witness of Misericordia's founding sisters is not something alien to us. It is something as real to us today as it was back in the 1920s. Why? Because like the sisters, and despite the offer of certainty that our world likes to throw up from time to time, we really don't know what lies ahead of us in the great mystery of life. For some, life's uncertainty might bring fear. For people of faith, it is part of the normal human journey we are all asked to take, and it should always bring hope. If we could only ever move forward on the basis of certainty, then most of us would never act. So persist, even in the face of challenge, fear, and doubt. But how can you do this? You can do it, ladies and gentlemen, by pursuing your own purpose. For a person of faith, this reality is captured so eloquently in the prayer of purpose by the British theologian and convert, Blessed John Henry Newman. A prayer that sums up this university and what it has already achieved and what it will achieve. It is the prayer, ladies and gentlemen, that has spoken to me throughout my life and accompanied me through moments of unknowing and discernment and sometimes danger experienced across continents and in different professions. It is a prayer for all, regardless of age, role, or educational attainment. And I ask you for a moment to listen to its words through your own prism of life. It begins, I am created to do something, or to be something for which no one else is created. I have a place in God's counsels, in God's world, which no one else has. Whether I be rich or poor, despised or esteemed by man, God knows me and calls me by name. God has created me to do him some definite service. He has committed some work to me which he has not committed to another. I have a mission. I never may know it in this life, but I shall be told it in the next. I have a part in a great work. I am a link in a chain, a bond of connection between persons. He has not created me for naught. I shall do good. I shall do his work. I shall be an angel of peace, a preacher of truth in my own place, while not intending it, if I do but keep his commandments and serve him in my calling. Therefore, I will trust him. Whatever, wherever I am, I can never be thrown away. I ask not to see, ask not to know, I ask simply to be used. Class of 2017, we may never be asked to make the sacrifice of Misericordia's founding sisters or of Blessed John Henry Newman, but we don't know. We just might. Founding a great institution, leading people to faith, governing a great nation, leading the armed forces, healing the sick, educating the young, and many other noble vocations could be part of your unique calling. So instead of asking why, ask why not. Ladies and gentlemen, we are certain of one thing, just like John Henry Newman. We will experience times when we will have to act, when we will have to trust, when we won't know the end result or why we have been placed in a particular set of circumstances. All your formal education has been building up to this day, which marks the next stage of the journey. For some of you, you will know what you want to do, where you want to do it, and how you will do it. For others, that may still be in flux and yet to be determined, and that too is okay. At age 21, I didn't know that I would be a diplomat, or that I would experience peace in Northern Ireland, or that I would work in higher education, or live in Pakistan, or be a diplomatic bridge between the Pope and the Queen. What I wanted to be at 21 is not what I am now. So please do not think that you are alone, living with uncertainty about life choices or lacking in direction or confidence when it matters most in life. Most likely, those here today who are a generation or two older than you are now did not know what they wanted to do at age 21 or 22. I certainly didn't. Many of us today likely find ourselves in positions and places that we could never have predicted. Some might put it down to chance, talent, or providence, depending on one's belief. But sometimes not even chance is enough. When I was appointed as British Ambassador to the Holy See, I was age 35. And I arrived in Rome on the aircraft. But for some reason, the Vatican didn't know that I was on that aircraft until it had taken off from London. And there is part of the ceremony that when a new ambassador arrives, they are greeted at the airport by a delegation from the Vatican. So we were about to disembark from the plane, and suddenly we were all stopped. And the captain came on and he said, "We are looking for a passenger Campbell." And I was seated 3 rows from the back, and they were disembarking at the front exit and at the back exit. So I hit the little bell above, and the stewardess said, "Yes, what do you want?" And I said, "You've just paged me." "Yes, sit down, we're doing something very important. Sit back down, deal with that later." So I thought, okay, there's something else more important, and they kept coming, and I tried again, and she said, "I told you for the last time, I'll deal with you in a moment, we're dealing with something urgent." The protest continued, and after about 2 minutes, I said, "I think you might be looking for me." She looked me up and down, and she said, "You're too young to be in that job." I was then taken off the plane, and the Italian authorities then tried to hand me over to a Chinese delegation, saying, "They're here to greet you." I said, "No, I think you've got the wrong delegation." Ladies and gentlemen, today is a momentous moment in your life, which your families look on at with immense pride, perhaps remembering the day you were born into this world, your first day at school, or your move from high school to university. Today is the culmination of at least 16 years of formal education at school and university. At each stage of your education, you have been prepared for the next step towards greater independence and interdependence with others and with wider society. And with each step, whether dropping you at the school on your first day your parents and guardians will have been anxious about that next step and letting you go and preparing you for the bigger world at each point. You have not reached this day as an isolated individual, but as a part of a community with its own unique history and story. That community has brought you to this day to prepare you to be part of something bigger and to allow you to serve and contribute to that society wherever across the world you might find yourself in the years to come. But just as it has taken the work of many to bring you to this point, so it will take the work of many to accompany you on the next stage of life, albeit differently. It always does. We don't achieve much on our own, but together we have the potential to achieve great things. Today is part of the journey and cycle of life. Your lives, those who have gone before you and those yet to be born. For nearly 100 years, we have celebrated generations of Misericordia graduates, each coming to this day and leaving this ceremony with a degree that says something powerful to the world about them, what they studied, and where they studied. Shortly, you too will join thousands who have walked this path before you and leave this university and go out into the world and on to the next stage of your unique human journey. It is highly likely that just like your families today, you in the generation to come will be sitting looking on at a ceremony just like this one and watching your own children walk across the platform to receive their awards as they step out into the world to fulfill their purpose. On that occasion, what do you think you would like to tell them? What would you want to reassure them about as they think about the next stage of their lives? I hope that you would reflect back on your own life and that you would want to tell them to persist with their dreams, to live a life with purpose, and to assure them that they are a part of something greater than self. Class of 2017, you each bring a unique story to this day, stories that only you know, stories of effort, struggle, trial, doubt, and love. Those unique stories now go forth to start a new chapter, but with the capability to reach a new level of fulfillment for you and for others. You may never have knowledge of that fulfillment in your lifetime, but like the founders of this university, you could set the course for greatness in centuries to come. So never give up in the face of adversity or think that you've met defeat. Persevere as those who went before you did in this university. Live the prayer of Blessed John Henry Newman, and always remember that God has a purpose for you that he does not have for another. I pray this afternoon that you will live that purpose each day of your life in good times and in challenging times, and always know that you are a part of something much greater than yourself. God bless and good luck, class of 2017.
Thank you, Mr. Campbell. We appreciate your thoughtful words and inspirational message. The university recognized those students who have been inducted into honor societies. I'd like to bring your attention to the names of these students and the honor societies into which they've been inducted. They're listed in today's program. At this time in the ceremony, we will present the diplomas to the graduates, after which the degrees will be conferred. Dr. Boatsman, the following candidates have completed the requirements for the degree Bachelor of Arts in Biology. Nicole Ann Charbonneau. Felicia Marie Glover. Matthew Gramala. Melanie Quintanilla. Matthew Scanlon. Dr. Boatsman, the following candidates have completed the requirements for the degree Bachelor of Arts in English. Rebecca B. Cruz. Caitlin Hall. Lauren Elizabeth Hayden. Elizabeth Marie Long. Asia Bijan Thompson. Alexis Joy Williams. Christine Ann Zoff. Dr. Boatsman, the following candidates have completed the requirements for the degree Bachelor of Arts in Government, Law, and National Security. Evan Michael Bush. Michael Cheslock. Jared John Sahosky. Corey Dickerson. John Martin Eisenhower. Robert Fenimore Jacobs III with a second major in philosophy. Sam W. Johnson III. Jeffrey John Krzyzak. Jade Lynn Levy. Michael Podskotch. George Howard Rule IV. Nicole Ashley Sadler. Cody Christopher Spriggs. Joseph Mark Taylor. Dr. Boatsman, the following candidates have completed the requirements for the degree Bachelor of Arts in History. Damian Anthony Eford. Tyler A. Ferencik. Rebecca Lynn Schneibel. Zachary Allen Strissinger. Dr. Boatsman, the following candidates have completed the requirements for the degree Bachelor of Arts in Mathematics. David Thomas Rudalavich. There's only one. Dr. Boatsman, the following candidates have completed the requirements for the degree Bachelor of Arts in Philosophy. Alexander Isaiah Darby Lester. George Stock with a second major in Business Administration. Dr. Boatsman, the following candidates completed the requirements for the degree Bachelor of Science in Accounting. Brett Thomas Davis. Zachary L. Lanunziata. Aaron Patrick O'Brien. Samantha Lynn Powarski. Svetlana Y. Renya. Nicholas Glenn Smith. Dr. Boatsman, the following candidates have completed the requirements for the degree Bachelor of Science in Applied Behavioral Science. Tammy Lynn Fedorchak. Michelle Lee Karp. Enith Rosenstock. Dr. Boatsman, the following candidates have completed the requirements for the degree Bachelor of Science in Biochemistry. Alexandra Catherine Wagner. Dr. Boatsman, the following candidates have completed the requirements for the degree Bachelor of Science in Biology. Grace Sungli Emmett. Andrew Theodore Phillips. Alec Rhodes. David Wispel. Olivia Ray Wumelsdorf. Dr. Boatsman, the following candidates have completed the requirements for the degree Bachelor of Science in Business Administration. Jennifer Lynn Crawley. Nicole Catherine Crawley. Steve Delicadillo. Megan Ann Davis. Jeremy D. Codes. Nicole M. DeFilippi. Margaret Mary Guarneri. Jared Alexander Harmon. James A. Hawk, Jr. Daniel Patrick Kiley.
Have fun with this one.
Zachary Alexander Koenigsberg. Ryan Arthur Kurtz. Tyler C. Lamberson. Joy Marie Mack. Christine M. Maracchini. Elizabeth Mulvey. John Gerard Murphy. Garrett Helko. Bronwyn Elizabeth Perrins. Colton Pine. Zillar Rahim. Connor Philip Riley. Justine Noel Seeley. Rachel Lee Taylor. Trey Ziegler. Dr. Boatsman, the following candidates have completed the requirements for the degree Bachelor of Science in Chemistry. Thomas Hamilton Scott. The following candidates have completed the requirements for the degree Bachelor of Science in Computer Science. Nicholas David Hare. Dr. Boatsman, the following candidates have completed the requirements for the degree Bachelor of Science in Diagnostic Medical Sonography. Angelica May Zurat. And the following candidates have completed the requirements for the degree Bachelor of Science in Early Childhood Education and Special Education. Brittany Elizabeth Albert. Kathleen M. Butwin. Ashley Elizabeth Evans. Rebecca Ann Johnson. Casey Lynn Lawler. Jamie Lynn Lombardo. Marissa Ashley Metrick. Tamara Nijme. Anthony Rand Williver. Bailey Noel Shees. Mary Catherine Shaw. Megan Wilkinson. Dr. Boatsman, the following candidates have completed the requirements for the degree Bachelor of Science in Healthcare Management. Alan James Baber. Richard A. Clark, Jr. Mary Elena Giados. Hope A. Gernhardt. Carissa Gwyneth Minnick. Dylan Patrick Quirk. Taylor Sky Simeone. Stacy Lynn Walsh. Dr. Boatsman, the following candidates have completed the requirements for the degree Bachelor of Science in Information Technology, Tyler J. Bernath. Michael Elliott Brunson. Ernest William Chalker. Lloyd J. Herkey. Matthew Jason Del Basso Isley. Michael James Keeney. Cameron Savage. Samarth S. Shaw. Dr. Boatsman, the following candidates have completed the requirements for the degree Bachelor of Science in Management: Lisa Naomi Lochner. Following candidates have completed the requirements for the degree Bachelor of Science in Marketing: Robert Vincent Zielinski. The following candidates have completed the requirements for the degree Bachelor of Science, in Medical Imaging: Nicole Marie Bechtel. Benjamin Paul Becker. Alexis Ann Berkavich. Emily Jean Donovan. Corey Kenneth Dulski. Danya Catherine Forst. Morgan Lee Hanadel. Haley Marie Hoherchik. Melissa Marie Kazmarek. Bryn Sierra Lahoto. Allison A. Matchy. Alyssa Matchy. James P. Murray. Sarah Ann Ostrowski. Bradley James Fall. Shelby Ann Rinaldi. Madia Maji Zara. Dr. Boatsman, the following candidates have completed the requirement for the degree Bachelor of Science in Medical Science: Alexis M. Barsh. Cassandra Lee Craigle. Sean Patrick Zepak. Lauren Michelle Guthrie. Alec Sean Kellish. Anthony J. Paschucci. Catherine Victoria Varano. Dr. Boatsman, the following candidates have completed the requirements for the degree Bachelor of Science in Professional Studies: Derek Define. Karen Ann Duzak. Karen Elizabeth Force. Liliana M. Cavedo. Amy Lynn Selinsky. Sarah Patricia Stouges. Dr. Boatsman, the following candidates have completed the requirements for the degree Bachelor of Science in Psychology. Eugene Brady. Jordan Noel Browse. Christiana Caulfield. David J. Chalk, Jr. Rachel Catherine Cosolo. Courtney Michelle Grigas. Susanna Marie Lurch with a second major in Business Administration. Mac Livermore. Jennifer Lombardo. Lucian Nocelli III. Megan Unger. Brittany Lynn Van Omberg. Dr. Boatsman, the following candidates have completed the requirements for the degree Bachelor of Science in Sport Management. Samantha Brianne Cook. Austin J. Dinarovich. Justin Alexander Eck, Jr. Anthony James Ippolito. Mark Dante Ippolito. Eric Kearns. David Malachias. Rebecca Mitchell. Dr. Boatsman, the following candidates have completed the requirements for the degree Bachelor of Science in Nursing. Ashley Anderson. Olivia Angelovich. Lee Berlin. Gabriel John Bigetel. Emily Sophia Blasky. Jacqueline Courtney Buckley. Cheryl A. Chero. Dara Anna Clark. Sheridan Marion Davis. Trevor Prescott Davis. Angela J. Dent. Shelby Ann Divers. Heidi May Zock. Madeline Elizabeth Fish. Kayla D. Galaderi. Alexandra Rose Giannone. Kiana Marie Goff. Rachel Sue Grosvenor. Haley Rose Hall. Christina Marie Hans. Danielle Marie Howie. Catherine Ann Hurley. Paige Lynn Kinney. Holly Teresa Kleinert. Jessica May Lee. Katrina Lynn Lutecki. Angelina Morris. Shayna Rebecca Mraz.
Nicole, looks like Nicole, I'm sorry.
Okay. Nicole Marie O'Connor. Gina Marie Gianna Palmater. Abby R. Rieski. Daniel Joseph Satterfield. Colleen Marie Schaefer. Emily Marie Scotchless. Ashley Marie Sexton. Stephanie Susan Spudis. Sarah Caitlin Stiffnell. Kellyanne Strahowski. Amanda Lynn Stroud. Dr. Boatsman, the following candidates have completed the requirements for the degree Bachelor of Social Work. Amanda Faith Clark. Alexandra Lauren Getz. Megan Elizabeth Horby. Timothy Kelly. Jillian Nicole Krupsha. April May Lennon. Alicia Lynn Lamascolo. Emily Christine Ozolo Juglo. Carolyn Marie Peters. Katie Ann Smith.
Yeah, you didn't want to do half an hour.
Maybe not. I want to announce that many students graduated with honors, and those honors, those Latin honors, are listed in the program today. Dr. Voetsman, as Vice President of Academic Affairs of Misericordia University, I present to you the class of 2017 and recommend that you confer upon them the degrees for which they have successfully completed all requirements.
Class of 2017, are you ready? How about the parents, families, and friends? Are you ready? I think we're ready. By virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees of Misericordia University, I do hereby confer upon you the degree for which you have completed all the requirements as determined by the faculty and the department in which you have qualified, with all honors, privileges, and responsibilities thereunto pertaining. Congratulations, class of 2017.
Graduates, to make this official, if you haven't already done so, switch your tassels from right to left, and now you may be seated. It's now my pleasure to introduce the valedictorian for the class of 2017. Amy Vitti is a speech-language pathology major from Sugar Notch, Pennsylvania, who completed her studies with a cumulative grade point average of 4.0. Ladies and gentlemen, Amy Vitti.
Good afternoon, members of the Board of Trustees, President Boatsman, Vice Chancellor Francis Martin Campbell, honored guests, alumni, administrators, faculty, staff, family, friends, and my fellow graduates. I welcome you all here this afternoon in reflection, acknowledgement, and celebration for this accomplishment that is graduation. Class of 2017, we have much to be proud of. While it may have felt like yesterday, we stepped foot for the first time on this campus as students. Today, we leave this campus for the first time as alumni. With this new title, identity, and freshly earned graduation certificate in hand, We, the class of 2017, are ready to conquer the world. That being said, however, it is important first to appreciate the more intangible but no less valuable lessons we have learned during our time as students at Misericordia University. These teachings should not be overlooked as they are extremely pinnacle to our education. As scholars, we have taken an active role in becoming well-rounded, educated individuals. We have mastered traits and skills necessary to succeed in our future endeavors. We have spent countless hours studying for tests, writing papers, and gaining clinical experience in preparation for the future. I urge every student to use this knowledge you have gained while at Misericordia to form a foundation for you to continue to grow upon. As student athletes, we have learned what it means to employ the discipline needed to succeed in the classroom, as well as on the courts, in the fields, and on the track. We have sharpened our time management abilities, learned to deal with inevitable failures, and saw firsthand that hard work results in success. My fellow athletes, I urge you to call upon these experiences and apply these skills with you at every opportunity presented down the road. As leaders and participants in service opportunities, we have devoted our time for the betterment of our community and our school. Time and time again, we have reached a helping hand to those in need and saw firsthand the benefits gained when we work together to provide service to others. My fellow graduates, I urge you to continue to give back to the community, to actively shift your attention to helping others, and enjoy the positive after effects of doing so. And as artists and performers, we have exhibited our rare and unique talents, perfected through hour upon hour of practice. We have shown a commitment to the arts, promoting creativity and freedom of expression. To those involved in the arts, I urge you to continue to beautify this world with your gifts and your talents, providing light and color in times of dark. Collectively, we have sharpened our skills and talents during our time at Misericordia University, discovering our distinct passions and tirelessly pursuing our dreams and our goals. At the same time, we have seamlessly integrated the 4 charisms of mercy, service, justice, and hospitality into our daily life choices. What may have initially appeared as simply words stated to us during freshman orientation have transformed into ideals that we live by, shaping us into the individuals we are here today. Class of 2017, we have much to be proud of. Of course, our graduation should also be used as a stepping stone into the future. We have learned much at Misericordia, but the best is yet to come if we so choose to seek it out. Let our past successes and current graduation act as a catalyst, propelling us on to even bigger and better things. Apply every ounce of academic knowledge you've soaked up here at Misericordia, but never forget to frequently reference back to the values instilled in us during these past couple of years. In a world full of temptation and opportunities to do wrong, I encourage you to actively make the choice to do right. Most recently, I had the opportunity to speak in front of my old high school during their National Honor Society induction ceremony, which unexpectedly led to an interesting time of self-reflection. First, I discovered that these past 5 years had flown by in the equivalence of a blink of an eye, and I'm sure the majority of you can relate to this phenomenon. Secondly, I realized that they, like us, are about to enter into a new chapter of their lives. I provided them with some words of advice, primarily based off my experiences I had at Misericordia, and it dawned on me that I should be listening a little more closely to these words myself. So I'd like to share some here today. During my time as an SLP student, working as a research assistant, participating as a cross-country and track and field athlete, and serving as a student committee member to the interprofessional education team, I have come to discover time and time again that success and incredible things lie on the outskirts of your comfort zone. I've found that those experiences that make your stomach turn, initially scare but excite you, are the ones that you should chase. Class of 2017, I urge you to seek out those instances, swallow your fear, and watch how you will grow in the areas that mean the most to you. I believe all it takes is a few seconds of extreme bravery for something incredible to happen. So I encourage you to take a breath, appreciate the moment that you are in, and take advantage of the opportunity that is provided to discover it for yourself. However, I also want to remind you that when we are put in moments of difficulty, there is a chance that we will fail. That being said, failure is not something that we should be afraid of, even if that very idea itself appears to be counterintuitive. Because when we take a step back, analyze the situation, we find benefits of failing. We can see that failure should be used as a lesson. Class of 2017, let your failures force you to adapt, to flex your thinking, and to become more creative at the next opportunity. Force yourself to reflect, rebuild, and come back even stronger and more prepared than you were before. Lastly, it should be acknowledged that we did not get to this very moment solely based on our own doings. It was through the support of our family, our friends, professors, coaches, faculty and staff member, as well as any and all influential role models within our lives. They are the individuals who have lifted us higher, continually wanting the very best for us. I encourage you to show appreciation and thank those who have supported you along your journey. I would like to take this opportunity to thank my parents, grandparents, my brother, and my best friends. I know for a fact I would not be standing here today had they not continually believed in me, reinforcing some of the values I spoke of earlier, and reminding me I'm capable of anything I set my mind to. To my fellow graduates, we are the future, and I am very proud of every single one of you here today. I challenge you all to continually reach outside of your comfort zone and not be fearful of experiencing a few setbacks along the way. I encourage you to reflect upon your accomplishments, but to continue along the path to success. I urge you to reach out a helping hand to others, but also appreciate those who in turn help you along the way. I cannot wait to see what is in store for each and every one of us. Congratulations, class of 2017. We have much to be proud of.
It's now my pleasure to introduce officers of the senior class for the presentation of the senior class gift. Robert Jacobs, Georgia Cleary, Thomas Scott, Elizabeth Pfisterer, and George Rule.
Good afternoon. My name is Bobby Jacobs, and I am the president of the class of 2017. It is my pleasure to present the 2017 class gift to Dr. Boatsman. This year, our class gift will be the first of many donations going towards the construction of a statue here on campus. The statue is in honor of the founder of the Sisters of Mercy, Catherine McCauley. This statue will help students better understand Misericordia's foundational roots. Catherine Macaulay dedicated her life to the betterment of others. Misericordia's 4 charisms of mercy, service, justice, and hospitality are all an embodiment of Catherine Macaulay. So it is with great honor that the class of 2017 will be the first to donate to this magnificent project. We as officers of the class of 2017 would like to thank faculty, staff, administration, and students for your support in making this gift possible. We are pleased to present a check for $2,821.85.
At this time, Mary Ellen Galati, class of 1987, Alumni Board President, will preside over the induction of the new graduates into the Misericordia University Alumni Association.
Congratulations. President Boatsman, members of the Board of Trustees, members of the Alumni Association Board of Directors, members of the faculty and staff, graduates of Misericordia University, family and friends, honored guests. I am Mary Ellen Galati, an alumna of the class of 1987 and a member of the Misericordia University Alumni Association. It is my distinct honor and privilege today to welcome the spring class of 2017 into the Alumni Association. On behalf of over 17,000 graduates of Misericordia University, I extend congratulations and best wishes to you, the new graduates, for having achieved your goals at Misericordia. I commend you for the outstanding contributions you have made to Misericordia, demonstrated these past years by your service, personal commitments, and academic achievements. I ask you to become involved in the activities of your Alumni Association, and I urge you to continue to promote the same spirit and dedication you have shown during your undergraduate years. I now ask all the members of the class of 2017 to please stand. In accordance with the bylaws of the Misericordia University Alumni Association and by the authority vested in me by the association, I hereby declare the graduates of the class of 2017 to be life members of the Misericordia University Alumni Association, and I beseech you to remain loyal supporters of this university, for which sends you forth on this 20th day of May 2017 to better serve yourselves, your professions, your community, your country, and your God. You may now proudly call yourselves alumni of Misericordia University. Congratulations and welcome.
I think you can be seated now. It's now my pleasure to recognize the members of the faculty who have been cited for their achievements this year. We present 3 awards, one for outstanding service, one for scholarship, and one for excellence in teaching. The first award is the Polly and Sidney Friedman Excellence in Service Award, which is presented to a faculty member with an extensive record of service on campus, in the discipline, and in the community. This year's recipient is Professor and Chair of the Department of Psychology, Dr. Marnie Heister. In her 24 years at Misericordia University, Marnie Heister has been a Faculty Senate member, served in leadership roles on 6 Faculty Senate committees, as well as 8 university committees. She's been on 5 faculty staff search committees, a presidential search committee, and chaired the VPAA search committee. She has contributed to the university transition team, the strategic planning task force, Middle State self-study working group, and numerous student groups. She's also served as co-director of the honors program, co-organizer of the Student Research Poster Day. Through her work with the Wyoming County Cultural Center, Dr. Heister has engaged community members in important discussions about racism, homophobia, mental illness, and violence against women. She served as a board member of the Wyoming County United Way and is a reviewer for poster presentations for the Pennsylvania Psychological Association Annual Convention. As a colleague notes, many members of the college or division have approached me over the years expressing appreciation for Dr. Heister's exceptional service in representing them in roles. Marnie's voice at college and division meetings has always served as a balanced view in discussions and has often been the leading factor to decisions reached by the group. Dr. Heister is a person of excellent character who has been and continues to be unwavering in her willingness to share her talents, abilities, and knowledge through service. In recognition of outstanding service, I'm pleased to present the Polly and Sidney Friedman Excellence in Service Award to Dr. Marnie Heister. The next award we will present is the Lewis and Barbara Alessi Excellence in Scholarship Award, which recognizes and promotes academic activities generally considered scholarship or artistic contributions. This year's recipient is Professor of Psychology, Alicia Nordstrom. I'm going to start reading as Dr. Nordstrom joins me on stage. In her 12 years at Misericordia University, Alicia Nordstrom has produced 10 peer-reviewed journal articles and 23 peer-reviewed presentations. Her research is focused on pedagogy, student mental health, as well as the reduction of stereotypes and prejudice toward stigmatized groups. Her Voices project, now in its 3rd installment, helps to promote creative activity among faculty and students. In addition to her strong scholarship in the area of peer-reviewed research and artistic works, Dr. Nordstrom has involved students in the process of her work. A student involved in research with Dr. Nordstrom writes, "As Dr. Nordstrom constantly encourages and supports each of us, she makes us feel confident that our ideas are valued and considered throughout the research process." It's my privilege and distinct pleasure to present the Lewis and Barbara Alessi Excellence in Scholarship Award to Dr. Alicia Nordstrom. The Judge Max and Tilly Rosen Excellence in Teaching Award is presented to an outstanding faculty member elected by vote of the students. This year's recipient is a repeat winner, having previously received the award in 2013, Associate Professor and Chair of Medical Imaging, Lori Zelna. Professor Zelna has just completed her 24th year of teaching at Misericordia. Her courses are challenging and designed to encourage students to not only master content, but to think critically about it. She presents her students with thought-provoking questions and actively engages them in the learning process. Although she teaches less as department chair than she did previously, apparently she does so no less effectively. Student evaluations applaud the extra help she provides when needed, and she also receives high marks from her students for her knowledge of the subject, her enthusiasm, and encouragement given to students to express themselves. Open-ended comments praise the hands-on learning environment that she creates, her ability to reinforce difficult concepts, her sage advice, and availability outside of class. It's obvious from these comments that Professor Zelna has earned this distinction again by challenging her students and providing them with the tools and knowledge they need for success in their field and in life. In recognition of her outstanding contributions to student learning and development, it's my pleasure to present the Judge Max and Tilly Rosen Excellence in Teaching Award to Professor Lori Zelna. Before we begin the alma mater, I ask that you remain in your seats until the stage party and the academic procession reaches the back of the auditorium. Graduates and their guests are cordially invited to the reception in the bank's Student Life Center lobby and patio. Now please rise for the singing of the alma mater that's printed on page 37 or inside back cover of your program.
Proclaim and love for
To conclude our ceremony, Monsignor John Bendick, a member of our Board of Trustees, will deliver our benediction.
Before I offer the closing prayer on behalf of Bishop Bambera, who is unable to be with us today, he sends his greetings and blessings to you, and his congratulations to you and your parents and the entire faculty and staff here at Misericordia as you take what you've heard so eloquently from Amy and from our speaker, Francis, that what you learn here to take and make it work in our world that so much needs people like yourself to be so strong for them and great witnesses on behalf of this university. Now, for those of your grandparents or older parents out there, they may have heard this years ago, and so I'm just going to repeat it. I don't know if it made a reference to Kate Smith, so you have to be really over 70 to understand what I'm about to say. I'm over 70. There was a saying that said, it's not over till the fat lady sings. Some of you grandparents ever hear that? Well, it's not over till the fat Monsignor sings. So we're going to sing your blessing. Let us pray. May the Lord protect and defend you. May He always shield you from shame. May you come to be in paradise a shining day. May you always serve one another. May you be deserving of praise. Strengthen them, O Lord, and keep them always full of grace. May God bless you and grant you long lives. May God guide you through troubles and strife. May the Lord protect and defend you. May the Lord preserve you with grace. Favor them, O Lord, with happiness and peace. Oh, hear our grateful prayer. Amen. Thank you.
you.